Hello, creeps! Andy here. I've missed you. I've missed you so much. So for the past 2-ish weeks, we've been moving and we haven't had internet, which sounds awful, but it's actually been kind of nice. And we've moved, let me show you, over 500 books! Down 1 flight of stairs and up 3 flights of stairs. So it's been a long few weeks, and I'm sorry that the sun is kind of everywhere. This is the first time filming in this room, so I didn't know how it was going to be. But I'm really excited to be back. That was my cat. So anyways, let's get into it. I hope you don't mind that it's just another haul, but I haven't had time to read or, work on anything. So hopefully you guys don't mind just another quick haul, but I'm getting back into the swing of things here. So the first thing I want to show you today is from this company called Boardwalk, but B-U-R-E-D, like boardwalk. And they're an LA-based company, and they actually sent me a shirt. And this is the shirt. It's really cute. It says, support your local library. I love any shirt I can buy online that is not a black shirt, because you guys know that I've got a lot of pets and black just does not work very well in the house. So I really like that they have different colorways in this. This isn't the only one, but I think it's so cute. And then also let me show you a few other shirts that they have, because I will be going back and buying more. And I thought, I'm obviously a lover of literature. I know you guys are. So I thought I'd share with you some other really cool shirts that they have. So they have this one that says, find what you love and let it kill you. This is by Charles Bukowski. They have this one that says, the woods are lovely, dark, and deep, and I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. This is a Robert Frost quote. Then they have this one, hell is empty and all the devils are here. This is from a Shakespeare play, but off the top of my head, I can't remember what play it is. They also have your classic, I'd rather be reading shirt. And then they have this one, which I have to buy, and it says, everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. And that is, of course, by Kurt Vonnegut. You guys know, if you've been here any amount of time, I'm a huge Kurt Vonnegut fan, so I will be buying that shirt shortly. And then they just have some fun, dark humor ones. This one says, someday we'll all be dead. And there's like butterflies and rainbows. I just think this company is really cool, and they sent me the shirt. I wanted to share it with you, and they also gave me a code. So if you click the link below and use the code ANDAKENT, you'll get 10% off a shirt, which I thought was pretty nice of them. You know what? Let me go change into this because I haven't tried it on yet. So this is what the shirt looks like on. This one's a small, and it actually feels a little bit bigger than most smalls, which I like. I like my shirts a little bit oversized. So yeah, I think this is really cute. So anyways, use the link below if you guys are interested in purchasing any of these shirts. Thank you, Boardwalk, for sending me this one. I will be wearing it all the time. They also sent me a sticker, and it says, feeling stressed? Try running from your problems. So now let's get into the book portion of this haul. You guys know, I can't control myself. And you would think after moving over 500 books down 1 flight of stairs, up 3 flights of stairs, that I'd be like, you know what? Enough with the book buying for now. And then here we are again. It's a problem. I just bought a few books, and we'll get into it. So this one I actually bought a while ago, and I just don't think I showed it to you. This is Summer of Night by Dan Simmons, and the reason I bought this was actually because one of you lovely people left a comment when I was talking about a different Dan Simmons book, and you let me know that it was part of a series and that this is the first book, and that you said this one was better. So I was like, well, I should get that one before I read the other ones. So thank you guys so much for any tips or information that you give me about books that I've bought. So I really appreciate that. And this one just says, in the summer of 1960 and in the small town of Elm Haven, Illinois, 5 12-year-old boys are forging the powerful bond that a lifetime of change will not break. From sunset bike rides to shaded hiking places in the woods, the boys' days are marked by all the secrets and silences of their idyllic childhood. But amid the sun-drenched cornfields, their loyalty will be pitilessly tested. Pitilessly tested. Ooh. When a long silent bell peals in the middle of the night, the townsfolk know that it marks the end of their carefree days. From the depths of the old central school, a hulking fortress tinged with the mahogany scent of coffins, an invisible evil is rising. Strange and horrifying events begin to overtake everyday life, spreading terror through the once peaceful town. Determined to exorcise this ancient plague. If you can't tell, my dog's having a little bit of a problem living in an apartment complex. Let me grab her 1 second, please. Marla! Sorry about that. Anyways, where was I? Determined to exorcise this ancient plague, Mike, Dwayne, Dale, Harlan, and Kevin must wage a war of blood against an arcane abomination who owns the night. So this is interesting. It sounds like a coming of age boys type story. I don't know, this sounds interesting, and I wanted to read it before I read the other one. This one I actually talked about in my last video, but I just wanted to show it to you because it finally did arrive. This is Skagboys by Irwin Welsh, and this is, again, the first book, and then the second book is Trainspotting, and Trainspotting is the book that the movie Trainspotting is based off of. Wow, could I have said that any more complicated? Okay, this says that Mark Retton's life seems to be on track: university, a pretty girlfriend, even social success. But in the prequel to Trainspotting, after the death of his younger brother, he begins to fall apart. No longer up to school or having a serious girlfriend. Meanwhile, Mark's friends do a bad job staying out of trouble. Spud Murphy is staring down long-term unemployment. Ellison is working hard at her job, but also at an affair with her boss. And Tommy Lawrence feels that only love can save him from being sucked into the world of petty crime and violence, a world that the psycho Franco Beggi knows too well. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. And then. They're a sick boy. Supreme manipulator of all, but especially the opposite sex. After experiencing heroin's high, he wants to share the fun with all his lads. The lads save a friend whose parents have locked him out on the balcony to get clean, go through rehab to keep them from being sent to jail, and launch one final attempt to steal heroin from its source. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. Let me know if you guys have read this or Trainspotting. Very intrigued. The next two that I bought were actually thrillers, I think, from Barnes & Noble, and they were the buy one, get one 50% off. And this one's called The Overnight Guest by Heather Budenkoff, and it says she thought she was alone. ... True crime writer Wiley Lark doesn't mind being snowed in at an isolated farmhouse where she's retreated to write her new book. Grab an author and put him in a location for a horror novel, and I will read it. I don't know what it is, but I love books about writers. I love movies about writers. I just think that they make such interesting characters, so the second I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna buy this one. It says, a cozy fire, complete silence. It would be perfect if not for the fact that decades earlier at this very house, 2 people were murdered in cold blood and a girl disappeared without a trace. As the storm worsens, Wiley finds herself trapped inside the house, haunted by secrets contained in the walls, haunted by secrets of her own. Then she discovers a small child in the snow just outside. After bringing the child inside for warmth and safety, she begins to search for answers. But soon it becomes clear that the farmhouse isn't as isolated as she thought, and someone is willing to do anything to find them. Seems interesting, I don't know. This one I saw and I was like, this sounds so good. This, honestly, I might skip all the other books that I bought in the past few months and go and skip straight to this one once I finish the book that I'm reading now, which will be today. So I might end up dabbling, that's me dabbling, in this guy because it sounds very interesting. Okay, so this is called This is called Sleepless, a novel by Romy Hausman. Oh, and it's our monthly pick by Barnes & Noble. Didn't know that. But it says, would you help your best friend hide a body? When she was a child, Nadja was convicted of a terrible crime. Years later, finally released from prison, she starts over and is mostly content with her simple life. A decent job, a small apartment, and one real friend, Laura. Lately, Laura has been distant, but suddenly she shows up at Nadja's office, shaking and pale. Laura tells Nadja she has killed someone. She's afraid to tell her volatile husband, and she needs help hiding the evidence. Nadja can't refuse her only friend. The 2 women make for a remote home in the woods, the perfect place to bury a body. But her plan quickly falls apart, and Nadja is trapped, a pawn in a bizarre game in which her troubled past could be her salvation, ... or her downfall. This sounds so good. By the way, ever need help burying a body? Do not call me. I can't handle that kind of stress and anxiety. This story just really appealed to me. I'm like, I have to read that. And then the next few books that I got, these were actually from the dollar store. And I stopped at the dollar store just to pick up a few things for the new house. And I thought, no, I'll just try the reading section, the books. I was like, oh, I'll just check and see if they have anything interesting. But actually a few of the books that I've gotten from the dollar store are sold at Barnes & Noble in like the thriller section for like 20 bucks. And so I have found some really good finds there. So yeah, I thought I would read these because some of these sound really interesting. A few of them sound a little more like YA novels, and they're not separated by category, so I don't know for sure, but they still sounded interesting. So let's get into these. This one is called Good Me, Bad Me, and this is by Allie Land, and she's an international bestseller. And the back just says, Millie's mother is a serial killer. I think I read that and I was like, all right, I gotta get it. It's from the dollar store, a serial killer book? Come on, can't go wrong. Anyways, Millie loves her mother, but the only way to make her stop is to turn her into the police. Millie is given a fresh start, a new identity, a home with an affluent foster family, and a spot at the exclusive private school. New name, new family, shiny new Millie. But her foster family has their own secrets, and the girls at her new school are bullying her, and the persecution wants Millie to be the star witness in her mother's trial. They have no idea who they are dealing with. As the trial looms, Millie's past haunts her. Millie wonders how much of her is nature and how much is nurture, and whether she is doomed to turn out like her mother. Will she be good or bad? She is, after all, her mother's daughter. This sounded really interesting. Again, $1. So yeah, that's kind of like the opposite of the last one. Pretty interesting. This is called The Lost Girls of Camp Forevermore, and this is by Kim Fu. This, I think, might be a YA novel. I'm not really sure. Let me know what you think. It says, at Furthermore, a sleepaway camp in the Pacific Northwest, campers are promised adventures in the woods, songs by the fire, lifelong friends. Bursting with excitement and nervous energy, 5 girls set out for an overnight kayaking trip to a nearby island. But before the night is over, they find themselves stranded, but no adults to help them survive or guide them home. And then it just says, the book follows these girls on their fatal trip, shows us the lives of the haunted and the complex women these girls become. Yeah, so I don't know if this is like a coming of age story, if it's more of a scary story. This is also kind of why I like dollar store books, because you kind of don't know what you're getting into, and that's fun for me. I've read a few that I've been like, this is really good. This, I wasn't expecting that. I've also read some others that weren't quite my taste, but it's $1. It's not like you're wasting anything but a little bit of your time. And I think it's never a waste of time if you're going to read a book, so I think there's always something that you can find positive about it. This one is called Hannah Green and Her Unfeasibly Mundane Existence, and this is by Michael Marshall Smith. This one might also be a YA novel. I don't know. It says there are a million stories in the world. Most are perfectly ordinary. This one, ... isn't. A lot of ellipses used on the back of books. Hannah Green actually thinks her story is more mundane than most, but she's about to discover that the shadows in her life have been hiding a world where nothing is as it seems, and there's an ancient and secret machine that converts evil deeds into energy, and that some mushrooms can talk, and that her grandfather has been friends with the devil for over 150 years, and now they need her help. I don't know, it kind of just sounds like a acid trip gone wrong. I don't know. So yeah, I read this. Actually, I think my husband found this and he's like, this sounds kind of interesting. And I agreed enough to buy it. So we'll see how that guy is. And the last one that I bought was Blood Ties. I'll admit this cover isn't something that would normally pick my attention, but it says, trained to be a special forces killer, leader came back from his tours of duty broke and nearly broken. So when the streets come calling, he rose from ruthless hood enforcement to a powerful international cartel's most feared cleaner. And when tragedy hit home, his sensitive son, Justice, turned out to be a natural assassin and unshakably loyal to his father. Together they are an unstoppable team to leave no trace behind, until a mysterious woman from nowhere begins working leaders' deep hidden weaknesses. Slowly, she's exploring all the secrets and turning Justice's devotion into a weapon. Now, with father and son gunning for each other, survival is down to sheer killer instinct, nothing left to lose, and shattering betrayal only family can deliver. Ellipses. So, yeah, I don't know. It sounded interesting. It was $1. So those are the books that I bought. Don't forget to check out this company. The link will be down below, and use code AnnaKent for 10% off. Thank you guys so much for watching. It feels so nice to be back. Anyways, I will see you guys soon with another video. I'm kind of figuring things out, my schedule and stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think about these books. Let me know what you guys think about these awesome shirts, and I will see you soon, very soon, with another horror video. Bye guys.